North Korea now promising to bolster its nuclear arsenal at a maximum pace, all while blaming America for bringing the region to a brink of nuclear war. And they're blaming this aggressive joint U.S.-South Korean drill that they state is geared toward toppling the regime inside of North Korea. Now, they do make some statements that makes one think, is this specifically why they've waited so long to try to tackle the problem with North Korea? Is it because of the nukes? Is it because they have a nuclear arsenal that could strike someone and obviously be devastating, opposed to Muammar Gaddafi, opposed to Assad? Hell, they said weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Never did find them. No big nukes, no big nothing. They go into all those countries claiming they had them. Now, we know at this point that North Korea has nuclear capabilities. They've ran tests, and at this point, they're going to continue to try to do that. What's also interesting here is that with these tests, we know there's going to be another one coming around the corner. Whether it's going to be a missile test or a nuke test, yet to be seen. But with the most recent missile tests, both of which were dubbed to have failed, we were speculating that maybe there was technology that took these things out of the sky. Then all of a sudden, the mainstream media wanted to say, oh, well, maybe they purposely blew these things up over their own territory so they could recover the parts. And it really struck me as odd on how they were covering it, and I know their tactics. It almost seemed like a cover story, which led to more suspicion that the U.S. may be downing these things. Regardless of what any mainstream media says, they will never admit to doing that if that's the case, and they're using that type of technology. Now, here's another tidbit of information for you. This whole THAAD system that was rolled into South Korea that Trump tried to say, hey, you guys are going to pay us $1 billion for, now he's saying, all right, we'll pay for it. It shows they want to keep them there. But here's the kicker. They are 125 miles south of Seoul. What is the max distance on them? 125 miles. Something's not right here. Something's not adding up. The fact that they bring in this THAAD system that is completely spooking China, and they have the THAAD system now sitting out of range to where a salvo of missiles coming across the border at low range, low-level, mid-range missiles could annihilate Seoul. The experts warned this. I went checking and looking into it and then got some other information from individuals that dug a little bit further, and sure enough, we come to find out that this 125-mile range is exactly where they're sitting from Seoul. They couldn't even hit North Korea from there. With these things being tested 12 times, never once been used in the battlefield. Now, there is also the question on what can the THAAD be used for? Can it be used as an offensive unit as well? I think so. But don't you find it kind of odd that they bring in a THAAD system to defend this area and they're sitting way out of range where they can't even do the job they're supposed to do? Yeah, that's pretty interesting if you ask me. We'll have to wait and see what comes of this. But as of right now, once again, we have North Korea saber-rattling some more, saying they're going to bolster this arsenal. And really, this all comes down to when is the next test? What's it going to be? How will it go down? And will they do it with U.S. military all around them? Well, that's some of the latest. I'll leave a link and I'll continue to update on the situation as things change. This has been Dabu7. Eyes open.